Hello, my vivacious Virgos. I'm gonna see what's coming up here for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and no, I was gonna say Venus, but no. You guys who watch my videos, you know I do love reading separately on my channel. I'll always include the Venus folk when I'm doing a love reading. Love readings are linked in the description. In the weekly forecast, I want to talk about you. I want it to be about you and your journey, less about other people. So without further ado, we're going to see what's coming up here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We do have Mercury going retrograde through Taurus right now. See how those energies are affecting you. I am setting the intention for the next 7 days. However, you might stumble upon this video a year from now, and that's just fine. You're going to see it when you're meant to hear the messages. It is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate. So as always, take what does, leave what doesn't, and you may need a private reading. We're going to see what's coming up here. First card here for our dears and our darlings is the Wheel of Fortune. It's a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards always come up when the situation that we're dealing with is directly connected to things we came here to accomplish, things we came here to master. We've got really super massive big energies coming up right now, okay? We're going through this big shift, this big awakening, this coming into a new renaissance, a new light age, moving into 5D, whatever you want to call it. People have all different kinds of ways that they're labeling or explaining the shift that we're going through right now on this planet. We just had the full moon in Scorpio, which was eclipsed, so that energy is going to be around a good 6 months. We've got the previous eclipses energy still lingering. We've got a lot of big energies right now. So even though I'm reading for the next 7 days, Major Arcana cards are energies that are going to be around a while. So it's going to be around longer than 7 days. Whatever's happening this week, it's going to be happening for a while, right? You're coming into a new chapter. It's a significant turning point in your life. And the wheel, surprise, surprise, is all about movement. And it's all about like getting going. I'm getting a really interesting message here though, Virgo, for you guys with this wheel card. When the wheel card comes up for me, it tells me that in some situation, you have basically done everything you could possibly do, and it's time to move on, right? It's a card about getting unstuck. But for some reason, Virgo, instead of this movement just happening and flowing, I feel like you have to give yourself the push. And once you do, the ball is really going to be moving forward very quickly. Change and progress is going to happen very fast. But for some reason, I feel like in the cartoons, the angel and devil, like on one shoulder is the devil, one shoulder is the angel. And so this could be more so the negative ego, like going back and forth with negative ego and positivity. So this may be the only little block that you need to master or overcome right now to get that movement going forward in your life. Keep in mind, the negative ego is the meanest and the loudest and the most persistent the closer we are to a massive change, even when the change is good. Negative ego hates change. It doesn't care that it's a positive change. It despises change. So the closer you are to a massive breakthrough, the meaner and the louder the negative ego is. So what you need to be doing is be aware of your thoughts. And when you catch that negative ego, you have to remind yourself, wow, I'm really close to a massive breakthrough. Something really big is going to happen. And so I'm going to have to outsmart the negative ego. You know, negative ego is trying to hold me back. Negative ego is trying to slow me down. If I take this step and if I move forward, then really big things are going to happen for me. But the negative ego is telling me I'm not good enough. The negative ego is telling me that everybody is terrible. All people are garbage. The negative ego is telling me not to trust anyone. The negative ego is telling me that I'm not ready. I'm not, I need to do this or I need to do that. So be aware of what the negative ego is telling you. Sometimes the negative ego will try to slow you down by telling you everything that's going to go wrong, or all the problems that you're going to encounter, or why things won't work. And just say, okay, all right, thank you, negative ego. Thank you for helping me to prepare. Very good points. All right, these things might go wrong. How can I prepare myself for that? What plan can I lay out? What safety nets can I lay out? And then you go forward feeling invincible because you're ready, right? You have a plan. So sometimes we can use negative ego to our advantage, okay? But I feel there's a sense here of having to give yourself permission to move on and to move forward, okay? Really big shift here, really big change here. One more thing and we'll move on to the next card. I feel that a lot of you Virgos are about to do something that absolutely positively terrifies you, okay? And you may be doing it in the face of a lot of people who are expecting you to fail. But when something scares us, and I don't mean scary in terms of putting yourself in a dangerous situation. I'll give you an example, okay? When I was first breaking out of my circle and breaking out of the toxic dynamics that I was in, I always thought that I was funny. But I grew up around a bunch of guys, and I grew up in the church, and all of that stuff was really discouraged. And the guys I grew up with, they were terrible to me. Oh my gosh, always insulting me. I'm stupid, I'm boring, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. Like, if you ever watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like, it was, if that show took place in a church, that was my life. Like, I was D, and it was just constant insults and like, you're just good for nothing, you're stupid, nobody likes you. I thought I was funny. And so when I was coming out of all of that, I was like, you know what if I took some stand-up comedy classes? What if I just did it for fun, just to see if I could do it? It was terrifying. It was the scariest thing for a shy person like me to do, but I met so many cool people. I made new friends. I got a really cool boyfriend out of it. Like, at that time, like, it was such an exciting time. And people would come up to me and they'd be like, oh my God, you're so hilarious. You were one of my favorite ones tonight. I'd have people come up and say, hey, I'm putting together a show next week. Do you want to come and perform at my show? It was such a life-changing experience. I had no interest in being a comedian. I wasn't trying to be a comedian. But it was just something that scared me that I did to challenge myself. So when I say it's scaring you or it's terrifying you, that's the kind of thing that I mean. I don't mean putting yourself in a dangerous situation. It's sad that I have to clarify that, but over the years being on YouTube and reading for people and seeing what people say in the comments, sometimes people take what I'm saying completely different. So I have to clarify that. I don't mean putting yourself in danger. I never, ever, ever want anyone to put themselves in danger, okay? So I'm explaining to you what I mean by something that scares you. But once you do, you're going to see how unstuck you get. Some of you are like, man, life is so non-eventful right now. But that one little step, that one little thing that you do, all of a sudden, the ball gets rolling. All of a sudden, things start going. Okay, the next card coming up here for Virgo is the Hanged Man. I have to laugh here. That was a Christopher Walken laugh, kind of. So the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, excuse me, in this deck, the Hanged One. What did I say? I was just saying some of you Virgos are like, nothing is happening. Nothing is Here's where you are. Here's the foundation of the energy. Here's what wants to happen. Here's where you are. The Hanged Man comes up when nothing's happening, nothing's moving. And we might feel like it's like this boring time in our life. But the Hanged Man is like this cosmic timeout. The universe has you on this cosmic timeout. Not because you were naughty, not because you were bad, but because the universe, spirit, angels, guides, they're trying to help you see something that you're missing. Oh gosh, Virgo, I don't know what it is with you guys. I don't know what it is with you guys. My doggy is always so calm and so chill when I'm doing the readings, and I'll just start Virgo and he gets up and he starts needing things from me. I don't know what it is about you guys, Virgo. I don't know if my dog is a Virgo. One moment here. So we have here the Hanged One or the Hanged Man. So I was saying, you're kind of on this cosmic timeout, not because you've been naughty or bad. It's not a discipline thing. It's a thing in trying to get you to see something you haven't been seeing or something you've been missing. And I've meditated on this so much because this card used to come up for me a lot, and I'd get so angry, I'd get so frustrated, and I really had to meditate on, like, what does this card mean? And this is what came to me in meditation, and this is what I see to be true over the years reading for people. A lot of the times for me in my readings, I can't speak for other readers, but for me in my readings, this card comes up because you're kind of on autopilot right now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in terms of your manifesting. Like you have something in your mind that you're manifesting, that you're trying to call in, and just on autopilot, just like a repetitive record, you're putting this out here to the universe. But there's a reason why it hasn't come in. Because you're trying to manifest something that you don't really want, but you think you want it. Because you've been conditioned that that's what you want. And your angels and guides are like, oh my gosh, hello. No, you don't want this. You're not going to be happy when this comes in. But at the same time, the universe has to, and our angels and guides have to respect our free will. So even though it's something that's not going to make us happy, it eventually is going to come in if we keep putting it out there like a broken record. But your angels and guides know that you're not going to be happy. So, and they can't change your order for you. They can't change your order for you in this situation. So they're giving you a little bit of a pause to be like, are you sure? Are you sure this is really what you want? Like, this is a time for you to double check your order. Double check what you're asking for. For example, right? You may be trying to achieve certain things because you were taught that that's what makes a person successful in life. But it's not really your heart's desire, and you're not going to be happy when you have it. You're just trying to manifest it because somewhere along the way, someone brainwashed you into thinking that this is the only thing that's going to make you happy, or this is the only thing that's going to make you a respectable person, right? And this can even be in something you're manifesting in terms of relationships. I've given this example before, and it's very, very true. If I were to manifest the person that my parents would want to see me with, I would be miserable. And that poor man would be miserable too, I'm sure, because I don't think that person would want to be with me. And I'm okay with that. We would just be so different. And so this is something that, like, you're trying to manifest, but you were told that this is what you're supposed to have, and that's why you're trying to manifest it. But it's really not what you want. So Virgo, this is a good time to do some self-reflection and ask yourself really what you want. Think about the situations you're trying to manifest and ask yourself, how am I going to feel when I have these things? Not how I was told I was going to feel. Really, like as if your mind is a dressing room and you're going shopping for clothing or different outfits, right? Like if you were shopping, you go in the fitting room and you try on your clothes. Use your mind like a fitting room and try on these different scenarios and try to imagine, like, how does this look to you? How does this feel to you? How are you, like, imagine yourself living that life and see, do you like it? Does it make you happy? And you might discover, wow, I really don't want that at all. So the Hanged Man is coming up because it's time for you to really, really get clear about what you want. Because some of the stuff you're trying to manifest right now is the old you, and you changed a long time ago. And what you're putting out into the universe is very outdated. And your guides are trying to help you to see that and to realize that. You need to get to know yourself better right now. You need to kind of sit with yourself and hang out with yourself and date yourself here for a little bit, and get very clear about what you want, so that you can be happy and satisfied with the things that you're calling in and manifesting. The next card that's coming up here for you all. Holy cannoli. Are we going to have nothing but major arcana cards? Yowza, Virgos. Yowza, yowza, yowza. When I have major arcana cards coming in back to back here, back to back, a lot of the times it's telling me that there are major changes coming in a short period of time. And so the death card is like a permanent change. Like your life is never going to be the same again. Something has come to a close, and it's time to move on. It's time to move forward to a new chapter, to something new, to a new beginning. One thing is ending and a new thing is beginning. Now with the death card, it's associated with the astrological sign of Scorpio. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. If you have a Scorpio placement, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. But the death card for me is oftentimes the card that comes up with ego death. And what was I saying about the Hangman? You changed. Or maybe changed is not the right word. You're evolving. And when the death card comes up, it's like we get very clear about the true self, the authentic self. We start to shake off the programming and the conditioning. And we start shaking off the person we were taught to be, or we were trained to be. Or we start to shake off like the ideologies that were put in our mind of what is like we should be or we shouldn't be. You're breaking out of all of that. And so when we come into the time of ego death, it can feel a little bit scary at first, because we might feel like, man, there's nothing that brings me joy. I don't like anything. I don't like the TV shows I used to watch. I don't like the movies I used to watch. I don't like the music I used to listen to. I'm going through all my playlists and I just keep skipping all the songs. I don't want to hear them. They do nothing for me. I'm exhausted, and I don't like hanging out with the friends I hung out with. I just can't stand being around them anymore. So it just might feel like all of a sudden everything that brought you joy no longer brings you joy. And it's because you're shifting, you're evolving, you're ascending, you're coming into the authentic self. You're coming out of who you've been told to be or who you've been trained to be. And so you're going to have to take some time to just kind of check in with yourself and say, what do I feel like doing in this moment? And just take it moment by moment, one step at a time. You might say, I want to go for a walk. And you go for a walk, and on that walk you have an epiphany or a revelation. You might say, I feel like researching or learning about a certain topic. And like each thing is like a little pebble that's leading you on the way to this self-discovery, or to unraveling the mystery of who you are, because you're a mystery to yourself right now, Virgo, and you're going to be getting to know yourself a lot better here. If you have a Virgo placement, this could be unraveling the mystery of really what you want in that area of your life. Getting very clear about what you want in that area of your life, if you're not a Virgo sun. But there's transformation here. There's Phoenix rising from the ashes. And I'm hearing the song Dark Horse by Katy Perry. So I feel like a lot of you are stepping away from something you were doing, and you're stepping into a new role. So you may be accepting a new opportunity, whether it's a new job, or some of you are leaving a certain career or a certain field and making a transition into like a career change. Some of you may be entering a relationship with a person who people would not expect you to be with. And to a lot of people, it just seems like this is coming out of nowhere. Like, where did you come from? And I hate to say it, I feel like it's a happy thing for you, Virgo, but I feel like the people in the situation are not going to be super receptive to you. So, say you finally landed this career change and you're getting to get your foot in the door here to like a new career, something that you feel is more meaningful or more fulfilling. You may start that new job or that new position, and you're there by the grace of God, the grace of the universe helping you make this transition. But there are people there who are upset. They're like, who does this Virgo think that they are, that they're going to come in and they're just going to get this opportunity? What makes them so special? What makes them so lucky? How come you just get to come in here and make a change here when your experience or your background is in a different field? You deserve to be there. That's why your angels and guides are putting you there. But there might be people who are not receptive to you coming into that new environment. Or you may start a new relationship. And this could be somebody that your friends and family are like, what are you doing with this person, Virgo? Like, not that they're judging the person, but they just feel like this is so, like, not aligned with, like, the direction that they want you to go into. This person might be not aligned with that at all. And then this person may be someone that a lot of people want to be with. This person might be someone that has their pick of a lot of different people. Even though your friends and family might be like, what are you doing with this person? And that person's circle and that person's world, like, a lot of people want to be with that person. And now here you are, like a dark horse, you came out of nowhere. And they're looking at you like, who are you, Virgo? Who do you think you are? You just get to come in here and be with this person. You don't deserve this person. Like, you don't know them how I know them. You haven't been in their life for as long as I've been in their life, right? You're not cool like them, you're not creative like them, you don't get them, or they may be very judgmental. But that's, you have to keep in mind, this is coming from a place of bitterness. It's coming from a place of jealousy and envy. They're angry at you because they want to be with that person. So they're not going to come in and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I can totally see what this person sees in Virgo. I can totally see why Virgo wants to be with this person. Because if they acknowledge that, then it's like they're acknowledging to themselves that in their mind, the better person won. But it's not about the better person. It doesn't mean that you're better than the other people or the other people are better than you. That's the mindset the other people have. So, my one word of advice to you, Virgo, is a lot of you are going to realize that this negativity or like this not being embraced is coming from a place of jealousy. Try as best you can, especially if you do have a Scorpio placement. Try as best you can to avoid that revenge attitude of like, eat your heart out. Oh, I know you're so jealous. Oh, I know it's eating you up. And then doing like little catty things to like add fuel to the fire to make them more jealous. Don't do that. It's not high vibrational, and ultimately it brings negative energy our way. It's not constructive, it's not beneficial. Just send out love, send out light, pray for all to be healed and soothed and find their confidence, and find their happiness, and don't engage in that battle, that push and pull, especially right now, because um uh Mercury is going retrograde through Taurus, and so this can create power struggles, dynamics, competition, fighting, arguing, and you don't need that in your life, Virgo. You really don't. So There's some new big shift or change coming your way, but a lot of people are going to be very confused about it. Like, how did this happen? How did this land in your lap? Where did this come from? Okay, these are big shifts and big changes, so it might not happen exactly this week, but the ball might get rolling this week. And this might play out over the next few weeks for some of you. But there's a really big shift, a really like you're really going in a new direction in your life. And for a lot of you, it's like, it feels to me like a lucky break. And it just feels to me like people are very confused, like how did this happen? Where did this come from? But this is also the thing, because the death card is here, that tells me this shift is a permanent shift. You're not going to go back to your old career, or you're not going to break up with this person, or you're not going to go back to the old life. Like, this is a permanent change. The next card that's coming up here. Oh my gosh, have I been talking for 25 minutes? Good Lord. Well, this is confirming what I felt. And Three of Swords is sadness, is betrayal. And I feel this is the sense of like people coming in and like raining on your parade. You might have sadness or hurt feelings that people are not being acceptive of you or accepting of you. I don't think acceptive is a word. Accepting of you. Three of Swords also comes up for me when you have a big blessing coming in and Spirit shows you just before the blessing coming in where the snakes in the grass are. The people who aren't meant to benefit from this blessing, or the people who don't have your best interest at heart. So there's nothing like success to show us how people truly feel about us. It's one of the sad aspects of human nature. The good thing is that there's going to be plenty of people who are happy for you. And the good thing is that as you're stepping onto this new path, you're going to be coming along people who are aligned with you, who are in tune with you, who are aligned with your authentic self, who are happy for you. There will be people celebrating you. There will be people that are accepting you and cheering for you. But in the beginning, when you first walk into the peripheral room here, like in the beginning when you first walk into the room here, you're going to notice first the people who are not being accepting. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them discourage you. Don't let them cause you to shrink back. Don't let them pull you down to their energy or to their level. And if you move forward, you're going to start to see the people who are supportive, the people who are happy for you, the people who are cheering for you. But Three of Swords is you may see who to be cautious of first, and that can bring some sadness. But you all have heard me say this time and time again with the Three of Swords. It might hurt, it might sting, and it's real pain, but it doesn't last for very long. And it always makes me think of when I taught preschool and one of the kids would get hurt on the playground and they'd be screaming and crying like it was the end of the world. And they were real tears. They were shaken up, they were hurt, but you give them a hug, you give them an ice pack, you give them a little band-aid, and in like 2 minutes they're running around again like nothing ever even happened. And they're a T-Rex, they're playing Paw Patrol, they're, you know, some superhero, you know, that they don't even remember what happened. And so there might be some release here, okay? But it won't be something that's gonna ruin this happy new beginning, as long as you don't allow it to ruin this happy new beginning, right? Just be aware of it. Be aware that you're being shown where to be cautious, and lift your eyes up and you'll see the good people that are around in this situation. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign. If this is neither, some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading. If you click on the link in the description of this video, it will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for May are linked in the description. June love readings will be up soon. And don't forget to check out the daily messages on the channel, the card of the day readings. Thank you all for watching. Take care and be well, my dears.